Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing great. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking part in the live streams. Thank you for the comments. You guys are awesome. Today in this tape, we are going to talk about 5 different types of stalking, you could say, or 5 different types of gang stalking. And this is important because some of the forms of stalking and gang stalking are mainstream. Other ones are kind of kept behind closed doors or private or quiet. We're going to talk about all 5 because it's easy sometimes to get these confused. And in some cases, people might be experiencing more than one of these. You have one type of gang stalking, which is sort of the traditional gang stalking that can come from if someone is, let's say, leaving a foreign government, a foreign entity, country, or homeland, something like that. They might have certain knowledge, or they might be considered to be an embarrassment to a political system or something like that, an embarrassment to the government, an embarrassment to the leader by leaving that nation, or they might have certain ideas that leaders in that country believe can be not good if they are received by an enemy nation or something like that. Right? So that's more of like your traditional type. A good example of this would be during the Soviet Union, you had people that defected and it was considered to be an embarrassment to the nation at that time. And there were people who were implanted to gang stalk essentially the person when they left and went to the new nation and to get information on them, to follow them, to do negative things. Type number 2, you have someone who essentially pisses off or upsets someone who is in a position of authority. Let's say an authority figure of a certain important board, right? Could be a district board, a educational board, or whatever it is. And they basically upset someone or a group of people within that organization. And as a result, those people use their connections in order to try to target that person or basically get revenge on that person. These are, again, so the first 2 types, these are very specific and you'll probably know exactly what happened and when it happened, etc. Number 3, gang stalking can also occur through having a family member or someone close to you who's in a position of power or who has dark secrets or something like that that they don't want other people to know about. And let's say you distance yourself from this person and they hire people to keep track of you, to get information on you, to spy or something like that. That's another form of gang stalking that can occur. And again, you'll probably know or be able to pinpoint who it's coming from, etc. Number 4, this is the most widely accepted one in terms of it's very accepted by the mainstream, is a person that leads a cult or a religious extreme group. This one is quite common, and if you're dealing with a situation where you did leave a cult or you did leave a certain church that practiced extreme religious beliefs or something like that, you're likely to have this form of gang stalking very acceptable within the mainstream. Part of the reasons why is within academia, in psychology, sociology, and anthropology, it is something that is studied. It's something we have a lot of information on. It's something there's a lot of data on. And there are very clear solutions and programs for people that have gone through that to basically help balance the person out and deprogram from any type of cult abuse or extreme religious abuse. If you have gone through that type of abuse, the good news is there are a lot of resources for that particular type of abuse. The other types that I've named, from a government or a foreign entity or someone that pisses off a person within a political board or an authority figure, these ones are a little bit harder, and in most cases with those, you're going to have to possibly get a new identity or get new documents or relocate. For someone that has a family member that's in a position of power or has dark secrets or family secrets or whatever, that can probably be dealt with through the legal system, through the justice system. And again, it doesn't have to be a family member. It could be someone who's close to you, who maybe they're affiliated with illegal activities or something like that, right? If that's the case, this can be handled usually through law enforcement. However, the 5th type is what I call demonic stalking. This part is the most, I don't want to say the most dangerous because all those above can be, but this part can be the most ominous. There are people within the legal system that know about this, but they're like, oh no, they don't touch it. They don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. They know about it, they've seen it, they've witnessed pure evil, they've witnessed things that are supernatural, but they don't talk about it. They're like, oh no, we don't because those are things they don't get involved in. They're like, no, we deal with these types of crimes over here. We don't get involved in that other stuff. Demonic gang stalking is something that typically would occur through opening up an occult door at some point through certain exposure to certain occult things. Now, the good news is this can actually be solved and dealt with on an individual level. If you have what you believe is demonic gang stalking, then this is actually something that you can deal with through adopting certain... There's a lot of different ways. The Catholic Church would say to take the sacrament, I believe it's called. The Christian Church may say get baptized. I'm sure other religions have different ways of dealing with this as well. Or there are certain holistic ways of dealing with it. But basically, I would say if it's demonic, there are a variety of ways of dealing with it. And it's not a hopeless situation. So that's the good part. But it is important to sort of pinpoint when that door may have been opened. What opened that door? And maybe a while back. You know, there are different examples of it. I won't go through too many examples of ways that people have opened up those doors in the past. Common ways we all know about, Ouija boards and, certain... there's a bunch of different ways. I'm not going to go into all that. But the good news is, it's like, if you've opened up that door and you are being demonically gang stalked, the first thing I'm going to say is don't worry about it. Relax. I talk about this a little bit in my focus tape, but basically... don't worry about it too much. Find a healthy moral practice. Find a healthy traditional practice that you can get involved in, and that will be something that will really help a lot. And we'll go into some more details later, though. But I'll talk to you later. Have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.